Social Security Administration, there are more than 334,000 beneficiaries here in Palm Beach County.
Seniors are the most vulnerable because they have no way of making more money.
The complex offers seniors assistance where it can, but the property manager says he's never seen so many of their tenants struggling to pay their bills.
What do you choose, food or rent?
Charitable organizations now come by weekly to hand out food. And today, the line to get food was substantial.
So, shocking news, you can expect more stimulus checks very soon. It's because Congress is discussing an action plan to address inflation again and help the people on low income. So we know that direct monthly payments are going to be sent out this month. Senior citizens and millions of other people in the United States will soon get their biggest benefit since '81, with the pension program set to deliver an 8% cost of living increase next year. Folks, according to the Social Security Administration, this annual cost of living adjustment takes effect with December benefits, and the payments will be made in January. With the increase, the average benefit check will rise more than $140 to $2,000 a month, compared with a typical benefit of $1,600 in 2022. The Social Security Administration adjusts payments annually based on the inflation rate, which this year has spiked to its highest level in 4 decades. Seniors lost purchasing power again during this year, since the 5.9% they received in 2022 is well below this year's rise in prices. According to an October survey by the advocacy group, the Senior Citizens League, about 4 in 10 seniors said they drained their emergency savings just to stay afloat this year. And folks, that's not good, because Mary Johnson, the Social Security and Medicare policy analyst at the Senior Citizens League, said anytime they go through a loss of buying power, it means they are exhausting other retirement sources, like savings or maybe even putting more on credit cards, or they might turn to safety net programs. So Johnson also added, "We have just been through a period where retirees are trying to cope and manage, and they've never been through anything like this before." The 8.7% COLA adjustment for 2023 will help seniors who have struggled with surging costs from gas to food. It may take some of them a while to rebuild their emergency savings or get back on solid financial ground. And so far, the Social Security Administration said that the January checks next year will be based on a recipient's birthday. Some experts have even noted that while the COLA increase will be a welcome sign for Social Security recipients, there's some implications to be aware of. For instance, the benefit hike could result in higher taxes. Single taxpayers who received more than $25,000 in retirement income need to pay taxes again, and while the threshold kicks in at around $32,000 for married couples, it's a lot of money. And the average Social Security benefit for 2023 will be below the amount and almost reaching $22,000 per single recipient next year. But many seniors also have other sources of retirement income that could push them above the taxation threshold, especially accounting for the 8.7% boost in their monthly benefit checks. Plus, another issue is that seniors should be aware of its impact of their higher Social Security benefits on Medicare premiums. And that's because it's mostly an issue that will impact higher income seniors, since Medicare premiums work on a sliding scale based on income. Seniors who are single, for instance, and have an income of less than $97,000, along with those who are married with income above $194,000, will pay the standard Medicare premium of $164. But seniors who earn over those thresholds will pay higher Medicare premiums, ranging from about $230 to $560 a month. Now, it may not seem a lot, but it is a lot for these people. Because let's not forget, one expert even said the final idea to keep in mind is that their income has increased by the COLA. And the COLA, folks, it is a permanent boost for the Social Security income. They will need to plan a longer-term basis for the most efficient tax-saving strategies for taking their income and other decisions personally. The Social Security program is in need of reform, and it's very true, it does need reform. And one of the most preparing issues is that the number of depletion of the trust fund, specifically an aging population and declining birth rates, have even caused the ratio of workers and beneficiaries to drop. It means fewer taxpayers are supporting a big number of large Social Security recipients. So according to the Board of Trustees, the Social Security program ran a deficit of $56 billion last year, and trust fund is on track to be depleted by around 2035. But that estimate assumed inflation would range from 4 to 6% this year for 2022. But the CPIW has only increased 8%, 9% in fact, in the first 10 months of the year. So while it's clear that stimulus payments are necessary, people in Congress are actually just dragging their feet and taking forever to do what it takes and send out stimulus payments. I personally believe that President Biden should do something about this and send out stimulus payments.
It's changed. They didn't have continuous coverage for a year, and it got dropped. That was a terrible thing. It was one of our big goals. We will, for the first time, permanently extend a policy from the American Rescue Plan that gives states a full year of postpartum coverage. We've been trying to get that for a long time. That's for moms on Medicaid and CHIP. The omnibus represents also a new offensive battle in the mental health crisis. I really fought hard, along with Senator Stabenow, who will talk about it, to make sure this package will allow seniors to get Medicare coverage for counseling, including funding to train new psychiatrists, create mental health mobile units, instruct Medicare to cover outpatient mental health. We're going to attack the opioid crisis head-on by expanding options for medication-assisted treatment, also make never-before-seen investments in suicide prevention, maternal mental health, pediatric mental health. We're going to make health care more accessible than ever, assuring that Medicare beneficiaries can use telehealth through 2024. This is so important in rural areas. I go to my upstate rural hospitals, and this is their number one ask. We're also making health care more accessible we're also increasing support for rural and low-income hospitals. We're going to keep our promise to veterans. Many of the things that we voted on this summer, we said we had to fund, and we're doing it. We're funding the PACT Act. For manufacturing and science, we secure our first major down payment in tech hubs that we authorized in the CHIPS bill. Largest dollar increase for National Science Foundation ever, including securing a surge of funds for the new Technology Directorate and the STEM workforce. Combined with the investments in the Department of Energy and Commerce, we provide billions with a B to support universities, national labs, manufacturers, entrepreneurs. So I'm talking for a while, there's a lot to celebrate. There's more. Can't stop talking about it because it's so good. We've largest increase in Pell Grants over a decade, $500. It's now $7,395. The ladder up, going to college for poor kids, working kids, gets a little bit easier, okay? We secured billions in homeless assistance grants, billions for rural housing services, over $1 billion for home investment partnership programs, $1 billion for housing in the elderly, $2 billion for child care access. So, it doesn't include everything we wanted. McConnell blocked a lot of things I cared about, like 9/11 health. He just said no at the end, but it's a big step. The bill is a big step in the right direction. From start to finish, the omnibus is made by and for the American people. We got to get it done by Friday. I want to thank my colleagues who work relentlessly to put this piece of legislation together. Thank you to my colleagues. We're going to finish the bill very soon. It's going to be a big step forward for America. Senator